Good morning, Facebook. Today I am going to be making this particular soap. I call it my coffee soap, and it has coconut, olive oil, palm oil. It's going to be super fatted with, right here I have olive oil, 7 ounces, 2 tablespoons of glycerin, 1/8 of a teaspoon of vitamin E, and this is also going to have goat milk and honey in it. This is going to be the Good Morning Wake Up Soap. Of course, coffee has caffeine in it. So, and yes, I am going to be adding coffee grounds and oatmeal, ground up oatmeal, to this soap. And instead of using just plain water for the lye solution, I am using triple brewed, full strength coffee. This was made the other day. What I had my wife do is she used 1 cup of coffee and ran it through the coffee pot 3 times. And so this is very strong coffee to get all that caffeine extracted from the coffee grounds and to get all that. It's a dark roast. Let me get I should have had it out. But this is the coffee that I used. Got it from Sprouts. I know it's reversed, but it's Red Wagon organic coffee that I used. So this is going to be a wonderful wake-up soap. My oils have already been heated. Right now we're at exactly 200 degrees, so I need to get moving. I don't know if you can see, but over there on the stove, I have the oils for another batch of soap. So, that one's going to be a honey soap. That one's going to be very good for people with dry skin. All right, let's get this puppy rolling. Today I'm wearing long sleeves because I got tired of getting pelted with soap. So, here we go. Alright, let's let that set for a minute, see if we can't get at the volcano. I hope, trust everyone had a blessed Passover. I celebrated Passover in March, so I know a lot of people are celebrating it now. And some are celebrating it in April, here in a few weeks, actually next weekend. So, I mean, whatever day you feel like Passover should be celebrated, I hope it's a blessed Passover. I know there seems to be a lot of what you call it? Well, just a lot of separation in when people are celebrating Passover this year. For some reason, everybody's got their own ideas about the Aviv barley and the new year and what they think it should be. But, on this side of the millennial reign, until Yeshua comes back, it is what it is. We're not going to have complete unity until Messiah returns. So, we're not farmers like they used to be. And so, a lot of people don't know about the crops in Israel and different things. And so I think that's why we have a lot of disagreement in when Passover should be. So, I just hope everybody has a blessed Passover that hasn't celebrated it yet. I trust that everybody that has celebrated it had a wonderful Passover, and that it would be a time that you find that you draw closer to Messiah and in your walk with Him, and get to know Him more, get to know the Father more, and understand His Word a little better. Well, let's see here. Oh, we got some volcano going. A little bit. It's starting to puff up. I'm going to put that back on because it's not really rising. Oh, yeah, it is, I think. Let's go ahead and stir it down a little bit. Yep, it's starting a volcano. All right, let's get it going. Yeah. Hallelujah. We got some volcano and coffee right here. Yeah, I got these oils really hot to like 230, and then I took them off the stove and let them cool off while I got the rest of the stuff ready, because the last time, if you remember my other soap that I made, I got it too hot. It didn't affect the soap at all. It's just because the oils were too hot, and it, like you put a hot skillet that's got grease in it that you made chicken fried steak in, or fried chicken or whatever, on the stove, and you put it directly in the sink and it sizzles and all that. That's what it did. But we're good. Yeah, it's crazy weather we're having here in Oklahoma. We're supposed to have snow in parts of the state coming up pretty soon. Like Saturday. It's like, wow. Winter just don't want to give up. In fact, yesterday was beautiful. But right now, this morning, it was a lot chillier outside. I just had this, even though this is long sleeve, it's pretty thin. And it was pretty cold, pretty chilly, even right now. So, how many of you out there have flower beds that you can eat from, like having, herbs in your flower beds instead of unedible plants, making your flower bed work for you? I'm thinking about doing, I cleaned our flower bed out yesterday, and I went and got a shovel from my mom and dad's house, and the ground ground, you know, is already pretty soft, but we've, you know, had some rain here lately. I was gonna, you know, really get it cleaned out, and I want to plant some sage, you know, herbs that we can use, you know, mint, thyme, you know, that type of stuff. And I'm thinking about planting, who has corn in their flower bed, but, you know, I'm thinking about planting a few things of corn in the flower bed to, you know, provide shade for the front window here. Don't know how that would work, but I'm gonna try it, see how it goes. I guess I need to get my spoon ready because I'm gonna have to start spooning it. Right now we're in the applesauce stage and it's still going. Yeah, I got home yesterday and didn't do anything, of course, as far as soap. I got stuff ready to make soap. You know, got it all set up. You know, did a few things, getting stuff ready. By the way, for those that are wondering, this is an 8-pound batch to do 2 molds because I'm going to use the other 2 molds that I have and make, here we go. Boy, it's really boiling. I'm gonna make honey soap, and this next soap, I'll tell you what it has in it when I get that far, but it's gonna have, instead of half a cup of honey like this one does, it's going to have a full cup of honey, but it's not going to have a goat milk. I guess I could put goat milk in it, and I might put goat milk in it because, you know, I got a quart of goat milk and I don't want it to go bad just using it for 1 bar of soap. So I'll probably go ahead and put goat milk in it so I can get it used up because I got to go back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'll cut this soap, and this soap will be ready. I'll probably put it on Etsy, but it'll be ready in about 2 weeks, ready to ship. And I still have quite a bit of soap left, so go to our Etsy shop, Mountain Man Naturals Trading Company. On Etsy, it's Mountain Man Naturals. Go over there, order some soap. And you can also go to Mountain Man Naturals Trading Company.com. And you can click the link to go right to the Etsy store. You can join us on Facebook at Mountain Man Naturals. And you can also join us on YouTube. And I just changed the name on YouTube to reflect the name of the company, Mountain Man Naturals Trading Company, because eventually we're going to have more than just soap. Right now I've got some beard oil made. I've got to get it bottled. I've got some hemp oil for those that are interested in the hemp oil, the health benefits of hemp oil. It's unrefined hemp oil. It's good for arthritis, joints, joint pain, and such. My mom's using it right now. She's got a strained muscle, and she's using it on her sore muscles. So. But for those that don't know, hemp oil is different than the cannabis oil. What I have is hemp seed oil. It comes from the seeds of the hemp plant. Granted, they're both in the marijuana family, of course, but the hemp oil is different from the CBD oil in that it comes from the seeds, and it's good. In fact, the next soap I'm making is going to have hemp oil in it. So well, we're still in that applesauce stage right now. Probably getting pretty close. It's starting to thicken up, like it's trying to transition into the see, it's going into the mashed potato stage right now. So it's just about finished cooking. But yeah, I'm gonna, with the YouTube channel and with the Facebook, I'm gonna implement some homesteading stuff. So let me know, what are you doing as far as homesteading where you live? Are you having chickens? Are you having your own garden this time of year? A lot of people are planting gardens, tomatoes, whatever they can plant. I know a lot of people live in apartments, and so they're limited because anything they grow has to be in a pot because they have no grass. So, and I know, like me, we currently rent, but our landlord said we could have a garden, but I just haven't. This is the first time I've been home since I made the last batches of soap. So it's kind of hard to get the garden going if you're on the road. And so, my wife does what she can, but it's just, she's real busy with our kids, and we got graduation coming up in a month. So our oldest one will be graduating from college in Kansas, and our youngest will be graduating high school here. So we got 2 graduations next month, one on the 10th and one on the 23rd. And in between that, they're having a banquet type thing for both of them together on the 18th, because I have a couple of nieces that are graduating college as well. So I've got a lot of graduations this month, well, next month in May. So it's going to be a busy month. Well, we're still in the applesauce stage. Let's get this puppy stirred up some more. Yeah, one of these days, Jehovah will bless us with a house. So, but right now, we're renting at the moment. Who knows? He may bless us with this house eventually, because the guy may decide to sell it. But who knows? It's a nice house. I really like it. Alright, we're starting to get into mashed potato stage. I said that earlier, but this one's taking a little bit of time getting in there. 207 degrees right now. If it was mashed potato stage, that would be too hot. to put the goat milk and honey in. I forgot to put some water in the pitcher, so when I'm done I can put this right in the water so it don't get hard and make it hard to clean up before I do the next batch. We're almost there. I think it's just about finished cooking. It's getting to look more like mashed potatoes and applesauce now. Yep, you can tell on the edges, I know you probably can't see, but on the edges, it's got that Vaseline look to it. Tell in the sound of the motor, it's starting to pull because it's pretty much done. Yep. I think we're done volcanoing, so it's turning into mashed potatoes. Now is the time I'm going to put our super fat and our ground up coffee. This is just coffee grounds and the ground up oatmeal like I did the last one. And I made some coffee this morning because my wife made this coffee the other day. So I used some of the grounds that I used this morning to make coffee with in here. So that's that. Get this stirred up. Smells like coffee. Be a good soap to wake up in the morning after a good night's sleep and just smell that coffee in your soap. Let your skin get a good drink of coffee before you go drink yours. And the coffee grounds with the oatmeal, it just, it makes it a good exfoliating soap, so Let's see, get down here in the corners. Get all this soap mixed in. See where we're at temperature wise. 193. We still got to come down, so want to get it down to about 160. That'll give me a chance to clean my blender up here so I can get it ready to do the next batch of soap that I'll be doing here shortly. And it don't have to be perfect because, you know, this is What's up, Patrick? Just making some soap again as usual. Hope you're doing better. I know she is in the hospital. Hope all is well, going well for you now. Alright, that's pretty well clean. Now we can concentrate on the soap at hand. $189 is where we're at. So, let me check on my other. Yeah, we're good. It's not quite all. I'll turn it up a little bit to get those oils warmed up for the next batch. So. Yeah, with now with doing just plain honey, if I decide to do that on the next batch, I don't have to be too concerned with the temperature as much as I am with this. It's just because it's got goat milk in it. You don't want to scorch the goat milk, burn it. It makes for an unpleasant smell when you burn the goat milk in your soap. And don't forget, I've got a few videos up on our YouTube channel from the last soap that I made. And I will be putting these videos up on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Mountain Man Trading Company YouTube. So go there and join the YouTube channel. And you can learn how to make soap. Also learn some homesteading stuff as I go along. We can't have chickens, unfortunately, where we're at. So, unfortunately, and with two being on the road, you know, my wife just don't have time to take care of them. So, because we could put them at my mom and dad's house 2 blocks away, but it's just too much when, you know, she's got a lot on her plate, especially right now. So we just don't have chickens. We've had chickens before, but, you know, I was impatient, didn't build the pens right, and I think a raccoon got one of them in one pen and got all our chickens. I think a dog got into our other one. I don't know. But at any rate, both pens weren't secure enough and we lost all of our chickens. So we're getting there. 181. Yeah, the first batch of chickens didn't even have a chance to start laying eggs. They were still pretty young. The second batch of chickens had been laying eggs for about a month or two when they were taken out by a raccoon or something. So we just decided, well, until we do it properly and get a proper setup, that we're just not going to have any more chickens for a while. So we haven't had any for about 3 years now. So one thing about it, at least we know what the chickens ate. These eggs you buy at the store, you know, like the commercially raised or commercially farmed chicken eggs, those poor chickens, they never see the light of day. All they're there for is to produce eggs. They're in pens, cages, no natural daylight. They're just there for one purpose: produce eggs, and to become dog food after that, when they stop producing eggs. I know there's, you know, organic eggs on the market, free-range eggs on the market, and you're paying dearly for those when you buy them. And there is a way you can tell if they're truly free-range or organic eggs when you boil an egg and it I can't remember if it's the organic egg, the outer area of the yolk is dark, or if that's the GMO eggs, where the chickens have eaten a lot of GMO grains. And the other one is the egg yolk is all yellow, that it's not dark on the outside. I want to say it's the one where the egg yolk is all yellow, it's not dark, but I can't remember. Alright, let's see what we're at now. 177. Alright, well, I think we're just about there. Just about good enough to put the honey and goat milk in. Get the sides of the container here all cleaned up. Get all that soapy goodness down in there and all mixed up again. And get our goat milk in there and put it in the molds till tomorrow morning. $168. Get this stirred in one more time with these scrapings from the side to get them all good and mixed in. And we'll go ahead and pour some. Well, maybe not. That's jumped back up to 175. Alright, I think we're good now. Let's go ahead and get our goat milk and honey put in here. And by the way, if I hadn't mentioned it, this is an 8-pound batch. It's enough for 2 molds. So, get all that honey in there. This is like a sweet cup of coffee. Got all that goat milk and honey, and I guess you could call it a breakfast bar or so because you got oatmeal in here too. Oatmeal coffee with goat milk and honey. This is breakfast for your skin. Mixed in really good. Alright, get my molds ready. We're at 162. Get this all stirred up real good. Ready to mold. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know, I may have enough soap here for 3 molds. If I do, I'm only going to get to make 1 mold of the honey soap. We'll see. If I don't have enough. Trying to get better at doing these things equally because, you know, I've got some bars that are 5-ounce bars. I got some that are 3. So trying to get them pretty well equal. But you know, if you order a bar of soap and we're down to the 3-ounce bars that I have left, you know, we're not gonna cheat you. You'll just get 2 bars of soap to make up for the difference. So that's why I need to get better at doing these more equally, so we end up with consistent bars of soap. Alright, well there you have it. Coffee soap. And there is a coffee essential oil. I just don't have any right now. But one of these days, I'll make some soap with coffee essential oil. Well, stay tuned. Well, here, I'll show you one of these before we go, but stay tuned, because here in a minute, as soon as I get this stuff cleaned up a little bit, I'm going to be making, it's a soap for dry skin. It's going to have, well, I'll get to that when I make it, but I'll be making that here shortly, so stay tuned.